So with your applauses, with your respect, please welcome Ms. Dorothy Brown, the next party president, making the history again one more time. Ms. Brown.
Well, good afternoon to all of you, and we are just excited about hosting this event. Thank you all for coming. Want to first thank Mr. Sharif. Let's give him a hand for spearheading this event. And want to thank Mr. Joshi for being on our advisory committee, and Mr. Kifter and Dr. Singha. Let's give the entire advisory committee a hand. The entire advisory committee. Iftika said that one of the things that we wanted to do, and we sought to do with this, is to make sure that we were very inclusive of the Pakistani and Indian American community media. It was very important to us that we bring both groups together. We are reaching out in this campaign to all the various ethnic groups because we want them to know that we're going to be inclusive in our administration. And I strongly feel that in order for you to really see that we're going to be inclusive in our administration as Cook County Board President, then you need to see that in our campaign as well. And so we have various advisory groups, committee groups of the various ethnic communities, and we have the Asian American community, but of course within that we have the Pakistani and the Indian. We wanted to come directly to the Indian and Pakistani media because we want to be able to brief you on the things that we're doing in our campaign. And we want you to know that we do not take you for granted. And we really appreciate your coverage of the various events and efforts that we put forward. But we want to speak directly to the Indian American and Pakistani community through you. And we want to continue to do that throughout this campaign. We've issued several position papers already, and I'm sure many of you are probably on the email list and have received those press releases. One of the things that I want to first explain to you is the reason why I made the decision to run for Cook County Board President. Now, I made the decision to run for Cook County Board President because I believe that Cook County is in a financial and mismanagement crisis. And the time is right for a Cook County Board President who is a proven leader with a proven track record of reform, innovation, and saving taxpayers' dollars, as I have as clerk of the Circuit Court of Cook County. We operate in the black in the clerk of the Circuit Court's office, and we have brought in $187 million new dollars in revenue without raising taxes. Because as you can see on our posters, we're talking about new ideas, not new taxes. We believe that new ideas, not new taxes. And I have the executive management experience and the financial background needed to set Cook County's financial house in order. I've been a certified public accountant since 1977. That's over 30 years. I've had a master's degree in business administration with a specialty in finance since 1981. And I'm also an attorney, of course, which is a legal background, which just rounds out the credentials, I believe, that are necessary to set Cook County on the right course. There are not many elected officials in the country with those kinds of credentials, and certainly not anyone in the state of Illinois with those kinds of credentials. And it's not just the background that I have, but it's also the experience that I had. This is the first time I've been in the public sector. I came from the private sector, and I bring to government a business acumen that is so important. For too long, we have had individuals that are in these various offices simply because they have the right name, they have the right backing, but not the kind of experience really necessary to run an office. My opponents are career legislators. They simply pass laws and reviewed policies. Well, we don't need individuals that require training wheels, if I can use that terminology. In other words, don't have the right kind of experience to set Cook County's financial house in order. That's why we're probably in the shape that we're in today. And so we recognize that I work with accounting firms, looking at large corporations, auditing those systems, making sure they operate effectively and efficiently. I was the general auditor for the Chicago Transit Authority and looked at those billions of dollars of assets, ensuring proper controls. I helped a gentleman start an accounting firm, an African-American gentleman actually started an accounting firm. And with that, we were able I was able to look at all aspects of running that business as well as helping various corporations. And so that's the kind of background that I bring. And I have a proven track record because we have reformed the clerk of the court unlike any other office. We brought information technology there. Recently, we became the largest court system in the world to implement electronic filing. And we're going to be, in a very short time span, kicking off a program by which we will be making every file that comes across our county an electronic file. And so those are just some of the initiatives that we've done there, in addition to being able to properly train the employees, make the office run more efficiently, because I operate off of 5 strategic initiatives: 21st century technology, improving customer service, financial accountability, employee development and training, and operational efficiency, and improving customer service. And those are the 5 strategic initiatives that we operate off of on a day-to-day basis. Going to my various position papers, we started off with how to properly fund the healthcare system, because the healthcare system is what drains Cook County's budget. It is almost $500 million underfunded. Every year, they budget about, in 2009, budgeted about almost $1 billion, $880 million, and the patient fees budgeted to be collected was only $400 million to be collected, which means that there's not enough patient fees or even governmental funding coming in to properly cover that. So offices like mine that operate in the black, those revenues are taken and they have to fund the healthcare system. Well, I believe that we need to make sure that we have the proper admissions processes in place at these various hospitals, so we know when someone comes in, we know whether or not they have health insurance. And we should be tapping into national databases, and if we have to change the law to do that, we need to do that. Everything I've ever gotten, I've had to earn it, and I had to earn it the hard way. No one's ever given me anything. So I have worked hard and I understand what it takes. But I'm both professional, but yet sensitive to the plight of people. Because what I have gone through in my life, the discrimination that I have had to endure, and I've had to continue to struggle in spite of. And that's why I tell young people, you can be anything you want to be. You can do anything you want to do. All you have to do is believe in yourself and use your God-given power, your brain, because no one can take that away from you.